From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson fighting to stay upright. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Lucky 56. Leopard.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Being chased out left. And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back to throw here. Pass incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And New York set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Over! Leopard! Detroit!
A first down carry for Barkley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. Give him 58 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there, 22.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in your diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll drop the throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
This one away by the punter, Dar. This is taken at about the 14. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now running right through it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
A handoff to Barkley. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Barkley already showing the ability to transform this Giant running game as they come up here on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Now Jackson. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. and reading your keys. You always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. In for the score. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
He's got him in, complete. They give him a gain of 37.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Check three. Let's go. Motion.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with it and try and get him settled.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Star Latulele in on the tackle.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On second down, here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Oh, he sheds himself free. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Brandon Cooks, 97 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Detroit! Let's go! Check. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Brandon Cooks. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants just continue to pour it on. Rosas now to add the PAT. Rosas good with the extra point. And a route is on here in this first half. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Bills getting set to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Back to Buffalo after this. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley finding some room at midfield. Oh, and now he bowls him over and finally brought down at the 43. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Jackson on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I
love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Oh, good move. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw to Barkley on the check down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To throw again is Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
No, I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson going up top. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The intended target was Corey Coleman. 3rd down here. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the route is on here in this first half. After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shit.
And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. Marcus Golden in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. And a grab by Croft. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This quarterback now, he's hit on just 5 of 15 throws, a poor percentage, but it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. After the interception, here's Jackson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he fends him off. Flush to his right. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Dancing to his left. And it caught it up. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And Cooks has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Lorenzo Alexander. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Play action. It's Jackson. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Jackson operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, that confident veneer that you have. It's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Giants have got it on cruise control.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Rosas now to add the PAT. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Rosas now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle. And a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Set! 319! 319!
On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll look to throw here. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7-7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Now Jackson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 61 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jackson on first down. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, heck of a move. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Trying to lay one up deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. on 1st and 10. It's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. The quick slant caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. And it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Finding room to the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Buying time to his left. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll set up to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for the Giants, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now, let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
you.